Hey, it's Mary DeMuth, and this is Pray Every Day, where I pray you through the Bible verse by verse. We're going through all these amazing relational verses through the Bible because of the 7 Deadly Friendships, which is launching on October 1st. So I pray that if you do pick that up, it would be a blessing to you. I walk you through all the 7 deadly friendships, which are related to the 7 deadly sins that we find in Proverbs 6. And I name them, so I give them names like Narcissist Nolan, so you don't want to hang out with him probably. And anyway, I hope that is a book that will help you. Thank you so much to Wendy Green, who is one of my Patreon sponsors. She went to patreon.com/pray every day and sponsored the podcast monthly. So huge thanks to her. And today's verse is a real short one. It comes from Romans 12:15 in the NIV, and it says this, super simple: rejoice with those who rejoice and mourn with those who mourn. Mind if I pray for you? Lord, this verse, if we could internalize this and practice it, the world would be changed. We would turn the world upside down with your love. And so, Lord, would you cement this verse? Would you solder this verse into our hearts today, that we could truly be the type of people in every kind of relationship, whether it be a professional relationship, a friendship, a family relationship, a marriage, a boyfriend, girlfriend, that if we could do this, everything would change. And Lord, a lot of times I think it's easier for us to mourn with those who mourn. I'm walking through something difficult with a friend right now, and I have cried. I have mourned alongside. I have loved her as we have walked through something very difficult together. And I think the human condition, when someone cries, or when if we see someone in distress, our tendency is to want to help and to reach out and to love. And so I do pray today that we would cry with those who cry, or another version says to weep with those who weep. So help us to do that. Help us not to callously disregard people's pain. Help us not to tell them to get over it. Help us to dignify them by listening to their stories and weeping alongside. So Lord, help us to be those kinds of folks who are truly sympathetic and empathetic. And Lord, I know the first part of this verse is actually harder to obey than the second part, and that is to rejoice with those who rejoice. I believe that the best friends that we have are the friends who can rejoice with our successes, and those are rare friends indeed. We can find people who will be with us when we're down, but it's quite another thing to have a friend who will rejoice when we succeed. And so, Lord, I pray that you'd send people like that into our lives, that we would recognize those folks and thank them for rejoicing with us. But also, Lord, I pray that you would make us into people like that, where we're not envious, where we're not jealous, where we don't see the kingdom as a zero-sum game, as if someone's higher stature then negates our own. In fact, it's not a zero-sum game. It is the kingdom math, where I can absolutely rejoice at someone else's success in ministry. I can be overjoyed that someone's book sold a whole bunch of copies. I can be really, really happy when someone else gets the job. I can rejoice in the fact that God is moving throughout the whole world, and he is doing amazing things through other people's lives. And that is the kind of heart that I want to have, and I pray that for my listeners today. Give us the holy guts and the holy gumption and the holy grit to rejoice with those who succeed, to wish them the best, to wish them well, to be PR for those who are succeeding, Lord. Instead of seeing it as competition, Lord, help us to see our friends as people we walk alongside and cheerlead. So, Lord, that's my prayer today, that you would show us the folks in our lives who are doing really well. And Lord, I pray that you would put a pen in our hand, Lord, that we would send a card to someone who has done well, that we have noticed and watched, and just to send some encouragement, Lord. It's such a discouraging world out there, and so few times are we encouraged. So Lord, show us someone today that we can pick up the pen and write a physical card and send it in the mail to really encourage someone who's doing well. And Lord, similarly, I pray that if there is someone struggling in our life, show us who that is and help us to write a card for them. Send it in the actual snail mail and see what you will do with that. That's probably the most important writing that I have ever done. It's been those small scale cards that I've written to folks. So Lord, may it be so, and help us to rejoice with those who rejoice and mourn with those who mourn. And I pray all this in Jesus' beautiful name. Amen. Thank you so much for listening to Pray Every Day. I'm just totally humbled and grateful that you spend time with me every day. And, if you would write a quick review on iTunes or Stitcher, that would be awesome. Or share this podcast with someone else. That will help it get into the hands of other folks. So thank you so much, and I hope you have an amazing day. And today is World Wednesday. I'm so excited to be able to share this with you. Now, from now on, we're going to be doing the Lord's Prayer in different languages. If you speak another language other than English, we would love to have you do that. So you go to marydemuth.com, and there's a little microphone on the right-hand side, and you can quickly record the Lord's Prayer in your language. So how you would do it is you'd say your name, the language you're going to speak in, and then just go ahead and say and pray the Lord's Prayer in your language. So without further ado, here is today's World Wednesday.
Hi, my name is Molly Kate Brannick, and I'm a seminary student from Johnson City, Tennessee. I don't have a second language, but I have taken Biblical Greek for the past 5 years. So today, I would like to read the Lord's Prayer in Koine Greek. Pater Haimon, ha en tois uranois, hagios theto ta anamasu, eltheto he basileasu, genetheto ta thelimasu, hos in urano, kai epiges, ton arton haimon, ton epiusion, dos hamen sameron, kai ophes hamen, ta aphalemata haimon, hos kai hames afekamen, tois apeletai samon, kai me esenenkes hamas, es perismon, ala husai hamas, apatu paneru.